Hey, what's up, guys? I am Kokak here, and we're talking about FTL Advanced Edition again. We're playing normal with Advanced Edition enabled. We are fighting against the flagship phase 1 with a boarding strategy. Now, this boarding strategy, we're going with the meta build, which is cloaking and hacking. Now, let's assume we only have level 1 teleporter, level 1 cloaking, level 1 hacking, and maybe we're gonna work with essentially a med bay, quote unquote, right? Which means I'm never gonna let, if we lose a crew member in the enemy ship, that means that crew member is completely lost. We're not gonna try and regenerate with a clone bay. But if we can bring him back to home, let's assume we can heal him back using either clone bay or whatever. So we've already used the reason why I'm only using level 1 hacking, cloaking, and teleportation is assuming people have weaker builds, weaker setups, and weaker, ships, assuming your economy is pretty crap, right? We have, I forgot, this is Crystal B, Crystal A. I think it's B, right? I'm not going to use any of the crystal lockdowns, so this assumes you just have a typical boarding setup, but we are going to use some mantis just for the faster kills. Well, maybe we shouldn't, I don't know. We're gonna, essentially, we've already disabled all of the easy ones, like the missile room, the ion room, and the beam room. Obviously, like I mentioned before in the previous video, you should not kill the laser room because you want to keep them alive and kill the main body crew. We've not killed anybody in the main body crew. We're hacked on the sensors right now. You can't see them, but I believe there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people in the main body right now. So we're gonna send a hacking drone to the cloaking subsystem. There are many ways to do this, but this is the way I do it. I send it to the cloaking subsystem. This is also a sort of a failsafe because when your crew members are dying, you want to hack the cloaking subsystem so you can teleport your crew members back. But as I mentioned before, we're only going to use teleporter 1, hacking 1. We're not going to use, we're not going to need cloaking at all because we only take burst laser 2, which is three shots of burst, three laser beams, right? We're only gonna board with 2 members because assuming your ship only has a 2-slot teleporter, we're just gonna use a couple of mantis though, because obviously you're gonna board with the most powerful fighting crew that you have, right? So as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 crew members. A lot of work to be done here. We're going to send our hacking drone to the cloaking subsystem, and then we're going to send our 2 mantis to the door subsystem. Reason being that the hacking prevents the enemy crew from going quickly out of the room to get healing, and then it has to go through 2 purple doors before it can get to the med bay. All right, so we killed one guy. There is an option here where you can disable your cloaking, your hacking, and then, well, I'm not gonna risk it. We have a low HP guy here. There's a strategy where you turn off your hacking and then they walk in and then you turn back your hacking. You turn your hacking back on. Here we go. I'm gonna hack the cloaking. Just to play safe here, assuming we're losing our crew members here, right? I'm gonna teleport them away. We've already killed one enemy crew member. For purposes of this run, we're assuming we have a med bay, but I'm gonna clone this guy. As long as we pull him back into our ship, I assume it goes back into a med bay, and then we go back to doing stuff. I'm gonna send. Assuming you medbayed both people, I'm assuming, right? I'll turn off this. I'm gonna wait for this thing to regen, and then I'll teleport back in. All right. Um, this I don't have like perfect timing with this, but I think we'd have decent run at it at least. So we now have doors again. Looks like we have a cloaking in activation. I'm gonna disable hacking right now to let one guy in and then enable it again. That is a micromanage that you can do if you like, but it's completely optional. Looks like he's trying to escape. We're gonna follow him into the cloaking subsystem here and then get that guy. And then our teleportation is coming back up. We're gonna return, turn off our hacking, and then technically we're supposed to be healing right now. Let's switch over to the mantis again. So you don't have to do any of this switching. I'm assuming that you're running a med bay, right? And if you're running a med bay, you're just healing your crew in between boarding strategies, right? It looks like they don't have any crew around here. We're gonna have to bait a couple of crew members in. Yep, one guy here. Wait for him to come in and then turn on your hacking. All right. I think we've killed 3 enemy crew members so far. And we're going to disable hack, turn on hack when he gets in. And looks like we're able to kill several crew members at this point. Looks like we're getting cloaking on, so we're going to hack the cloak and then call our members back in, just for the safety of it, right? So we now, this is just minor, you know, micromanaging your HP bar. So what I'll do is just clone this guy. I'm gonna turn on. Oh no, never mind. I hope you're following what I'm saying right now. Right. Let me clone this guy as well. I hope you're following what I'm trying to tell you. The main strategy here is just hacking the cloaking and then sending 2 crew members over here, opening the doors to let a crew member in, closing it behind them, and then fighting them in here, not letting them escape. And then if the enemy flagship cloaks and your crew members are about to die, then you hack the cloaking and then call your members back to your ship and then reheal, right? That's the strategy here. Let's move you over there. Wait for the crystal crew member back. So this is, like I said, we're only using level 1 hack and level 1 teleportation and essentially level 1 cloaking. We're not even fired any single shot yet at all in this flagship 1 fight, and our main goal is to eliminate all of the crew in the main body, so such that you are able to kill destroy the main body of the ship in phase 1, 2, and 3, and then just remove all of their capabilities of essentially dodging and shields, or their evasion and shields. This kind of stuff sort of does work in hard, but it's a lot more work and a lot harder to do because the economy is so much harder. And then the enemy flagship phase 1 has a room in between the missile room and the laser room. Keeping the laser guy alive will not net that good a deal because obviously he can run around the ship and repair stuff. That's why the main body kill does not work necessarily in hard. Essentially in phase 3 you'll be fighting this ship without the wings, and then it'll be AI if you kill everybody in the main body because everybody has access to all the parts of the ship. Anyway, that's what I mean. I hope you understand what I meant by that. So this is the last crew member of the main body of the ship. Now we have free reign over the main body. We're just gonna send over multiple crew members just because I want to, speed up this process of having free reign over the the ship here. Like I mentioned before, destroying all of this stuff is completely optional. Obviously, you'd want to disable the shields and the piloting and the engines, mainly because that'll make you're attacking the ship way easier. We'll assume that you have like a really crappy damage setup with your weapons, right? So this is a good way to circumvent such problems with having low damage or low targeting capabilities, or low chances of hitting. Because even if with a flak, like with a weak flak, for example, which normally misses a lot of shots, with zero evasion enemy flagship, you won't have much of a problem hitting the flagship with it. Okay, so we're just gonna charge up our flak. So even with just a flak, you'll be able to hit essentially everything. 3 hits. There you go. So even with very, very weak weapons with RNG, assuming the flagship has 0 dodge and 0 evasion and 0 shields, you'll easily take it out with just pot shots like this. Obviously, like I mentioned before, I don't kill the laser crew and I don't destroy the oxygen, because if you kill the oxygen, the laser crew will eventually die by suffocation, really. All right. We're on to the phase 2. Phase 2, we don't need any weapons. We do get a lot of drones out. So we'll have we're gonna need to use at least the cloaking for the missiles and the power surges eventually. So we're back to our 2 borders. Well, oh, there's more grinding to be had over here. We are maxed out though. There's no grinding needed unless the enemy ship over here gives me like a weapon system. But for in the interest of time, we're just gonna go for the flagship here. So I will send our boarders immediately to the missile subsystem, and then I'll send a crew, the same crew. I think I'll send the same crew. It'll take a while, so we'll have to deal with drones. So this is a problem with like a single boarding crew, for example, but we'll do it anyway. There's the boarding drone, but I assume you'll be able to take care of the boarding drone here. So we're gonna send all of our spare crew members over there to take care of the boarding drone. This obviously, it helps that you have a lot of crew in your ship to deal with the boarding drone and repairing the hole that it creates. I'm gonna power up our oxygen to make sure our defense crew has a lot of oxygen to fight the boarding drone with. And then our missile crew is already killed. We've already taken care of the missiles. We're gonna cloak 1 for the power surge. And then we're gonna send our crew back to their stations. Another boarding crew. It's unfortunate that it went for the piloting system. That means you can only use 2 people to fight the boarding drone. We won't run out of oxygen because we are pushing a lot of oxygen with level 3. We're gonna send our 2 crew members to fight the drone subsystem. Here's a power surge. And once they reach their little, first rotation, you cloak. So after the drone subsystem, I go for the beam subsystem, the beam weapon. The reason why I'm not sending any more crew is because we're assuming you only have one boarding crew. Like if you have like a low amount of crew members in your ship. Take a little bit of a hit there on the shields. Power surge incoming. We have cloak on cooldown. There we go. So now that we've taken care of the drone subsystem, we can depower our oxygen a little bit up to level 1 at least, and then send our boarding crew to the beam subsystem, the beam weapons. And then at this point you have free reign. So once we've destroyed that, I'll send the rest of the crew into the main body and just destroy everything. Here's a power surge. Level 1 cloak for the power surge. We've not fired any flak or burst laser at all in this fight either. In phase 2. So sometimes your cloak is a little off. You know, they've already fired off a few volleys there. Watch for this because they don't want to destroy the oxygen subsystem. And now, as you can see, you essentially have a defenseless. So the longer you do these cloaking things, you can see that the power surge are arriving earlier than your cloaking. So it's, at some point, you do have to tank a power surge, the drone power surge, and then you have to wait the next power surge to do a cloaking. Oh, I cloaked earlier. Too bad. A little too early there, I cloaked, but... So we took out like a couple of lasers and a couple of beams. Alright, so main body is completely done. We're powering our pot shots to pot shot at the flagship phase 2. So flagship phase 3, you have to watch it because obviously there is a mind control that's gonna happen. I forgot the cloak, I think. It doesn't matter because we didn't take any damage. Ooh, we missed one shot there, even with zero. Even with zero evasion. The flak cannon just misses randomly. We have nothing to upgrade, as you can see right now. And here's our stuff. We are so under. Look at it, we only have long range counters. I don't understand how I managed to buy everything with cloaking 3 with no scrap recovery. This economy is so weird and busted. So we're gonna just regenerate. We're gonna separate our crew one room at one spot because of the mind control. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna board the missile room. There's a possibility that the missile room boarders will get mind controlled. Here we go. Okay, he's mind controlled the shield guy. So take pot shots at the Zoltan shield, flagship 3. What I do here is I wait until it's about to deal, like before the system takes a damage. We're gonna cloak for the missiles, the swarm missiles, so that we don't take any missile damage. And then they're gonna fight, obviously, but he's taking a lot of damage though. All right, run away, run away, run away. So we're juggling the aggro from mind control guy. We can't cloak that. We've taken some hit here. We're gonna send a few crew members to deal with this fire. We can also vent, but we're about to take the Zoltan shield out. Here we go. Okay, we've taken some hits, but we're fine. Zoltan shield should be down at this point. There we go. So we do have to tank quite a bit there. That's just RNG. It wasn't even the it wasn't even a fault of anything, including the mind control. The mind control was just a minor annoyance there. That's just RNG. We're gonna move our NG away so he doesn't die. We're assuming we don't have cloning or whatever. And we're gonna have a mind control in a little bit of a second here. Cloak for the missile barrage. Yeah, there's some mind control. I'm gonna send you over there. I'll actually go to the doors actually. There we go. Some power surge with lasers. So we might take a hit here. Let's send this guy before. This is just the micromanaging of the aggro of the mind control at this point, right? So if you don't know how to deal with this aggro micromanaging, well, it's going to be kind of a tough deal for you. Okay, this guy's going to die. Send this guy in. That guy's going to die. Send this guy in. We can cloak for these laser barrages now because the missile subsystem is already damaged. So it's not going to come back anytime soon. And then now we're going to board and kill the mind control subsystem. There we go. So once we deal with the mind control subsystem, it should be easy peasy from here on out. We cloak for the power surge laser barrages. Don't cloak before it shows up, just so you know that it's the laser barrage instead of the Zoltan shield. It is the Zoltan shield this time, so we're going to fire a few volleys to take. Looks like we've got a mind control here of our crew member. We're just going to run away until the mind control runs out. It's a thing that you have to do, unfortunately. We run away. Okay, mind control is over. We're gonna run back in. So a little bit more extra work here instead of, you know, doing. All right, now a little bit of extra work instead of the abduction strategy where you can counter the mind control a little bit. So a little bit of extra micromanagement, right? So we take a hit there because I didn't cloak like an idiot, right? Gonna cloak, but I didn't like an idiot. So we can send all of our other crew members and destroy parts of the ship now. I can show you that you can tank this thing pretty extremely long. But we don't want this video to be that long either. So we're just gonna send crew members in there and deal some main body damage. Go. Okay. Send them over here. So power surge. This is probably a Zoltan shield. Nope, it's a laser barrage. Let's see if we can dodge. We can survive it. Yep. So the power surge, sometimes you don't have the time to get it. Oops, don't destroy the oxygen. And at this point, you have full control over the enemy flagship, except for the Zoltan shields. And occasional power surges, you are very, very safe. It having zero evasion, you can definitely hit it, and the Zoltan shield goes down quickly. All right, let's recall our guys, and then kill the flagship tier 3, the phase 3. Our guys are low HP though. That's so funny. Oh, there you go. And that's about it. That's how you beat the flagship in easy normal with a boarding strategy, not using the abduction strategy, just the main body clear strategy with hacking 1, teleporter 1, and cloak 1, and not having powerful weapons at all. You just have a decent boarding crew of 2. And we didn't lose a crew member. We didn't have to clone them. We brought them back and healed them. So it's a little bit extra work, but it is doable. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.